What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today doing a Gladiator Beast deck profile. So I'm really excited to do some for you guys because we just got some broken support for this deck, even giving us an awesome new boss monster, Gladiator Beast Gladius, which is such a powerful card. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go and get straight on into this. So first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Yugioh. Yugioh is an amazing 3-of in the build that has an awesome effect that at the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, you can actually shuffle this card in the deck and then special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck, except another copy of this card, which all of your Gladiator Beast monsters share that common effect. But this card has an insane ability that you can actually reveal this card and a Gladiator Beast monster in your hand and then special summon both to your side of the field. And if this card is special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, you can actually add a Gladiator spell or trap from your deck to your hand, which is a crazy powerful effect to get to any of your Gladiator Beast spells or traps, which is so cool. We then play 3 copies of a Torix. A Torix is basically a walking foolish burial with the ability, if this card is special summoned the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, you can actually send a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck or extract to the graveyard, except another copy of this card, and until the end phase, this card's level and name become the same as that monster sent to the graveyard, which is a great ability to help you get an additional monster into the graveyard so you can summon out your copy of Gladius. We then play 3 copies of Test Bear. Test Bear is absolutely crazy. This card is so good in this deck. This card has the ability, if you control a Gladiator Beast monster that was special summoned from the deck or the extract, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can also tribute this card and then shuffle a Gladiator Beast monster from your hand or face her in the field into the deck or the extract, and then special summon up to 2 Gladiator Beast monsters from the deck, and it is treated as special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, which is a crazy powerful effect to instantly bring out any 2 Gladiator Beast monsters you want out on your side of the field with this card. This card is better than Rescue Rabbit, which is saying a lot because Rescue Rabbit was insane in this deck, but this card is even better because it actually makes your Gladiator Beast monsters effects go off. We then play a single copy of Darius. Darius is basically a walking monster reborn because when this card is special summoned the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, you can actually pick a Gladiator Beast monster in the graveyard and special summon it. We then play a single copy of a Quest. A Quest is great in this deck as a 1-of as well, as this card is an awesome ability that if this card is special with the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, you can actually add a Gladiator Beast card from your graveyard to your hand, which is a great ability to instantly get the exact card you need back out of the grave. We made a single copy of Vesp. Vesp is really good in the deck as a 1-of because this card makes your monsters get 500 points higher, which is great for its attack points, and also this card can special summon itself to your side of the field, as at the start of the damage step, if your Gladiator Beast monster battles, you can special summon this card from your hand, and also while you control this card, special summon the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, all monsters you control gain 500 attack, which is a really cool ability just to make your monsters gain some attack points so we can go in for game, especially with this deck that's all about the battle phase. We then played 2 copies of Augustus. Augustus is really good in the deck as a 2-of, as when this card is special summoned the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, you can special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your hand and face a defense position, instantly getting an additional monster on your side of the field so you can contact fuse. We then played 2 copies of Ondel. Ondel is great in the deck as a 2-of, so we still do need normal monsters in this deck to be able to special summon out to her side of the field. So Ondel is the best card for this deck because it's a Gladiator Beast monster, but this card is really cool in the build, so it does come out with 1900 attack points. We then play 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is definitely a 3-of in the build to basically just stop the opponent from touching the deck. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get in to the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start with a single copy of Gladiator Rejection. This card is great as a 1-of in the build, because this card helps you special summon additional Gladiator Beasts to your side of the field, as your opponent cannot target Gladiator Beast monsters you control with card effects except during the battle phase. And if a Gladiator Beast monster is special summoned from the main deck, you can actually special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from the deck with a different type from the monsters you control in defense position, giving you the ability to get an additional monster out on your side of the field. We then play 2 copies of Gladiator Beast Comeback. This card is great in the deck as a 2-0 because this card lets you special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from the hand or graveyard with a different type from the monsters you control, but it cannot be destroyed by battle this turn, which is a really cool effect to instantly bring out a monster to your side of the field, because this card is not even a once per turn. This card can be activated as many times as you can recover it, which is absolutely insane for this card to be able to do, and it's why I love playing this card as a 2-0 in the build to instantly bring out Gladiator Beast to your side of the field so we can contact fuse into different cards. We then play 2 copies of Primite Roar. Primite Roar is really good as a 2-0 in the build to help you bring out your copy of Ontadel to your side of the field, just to help you go for more plays. We then play 3 copies of Lordy Load. Lordy Load is great in the build as a 3-0 to basically just use this card to search out your copy of Roar so we can keep going in for our plays. But for a more budget option for this, you could play Unexpected Die or just play 3 copies of Roar and 2 copies of Talent if you want to, or you could play 3 copies of Unexpected Die and 2 copies of Talent for a more budget option for you guys. But this basically is like playing 5 copies of Unexpected Die in the deck to instantly get your copies of your monsters out on your side of the field, or you could even replace the Lordy Load with 3 copies of Unexpected Die as another option to be able to bring out your copy of Ontadel to your side of the field to guarantee your plays are going to go off, which is just kind of important for the deck, but I really like playing Lordy Load in this deck because it does search Roar out, which is really nice. We then play 3 copies of Gladiator Proving Ground. Proving Ground is really good as a 3-0 in the build because this card is basically rotated for the deck that's not once per turn and lets you add a level 4 lower Gladiator Beast monster from your deck to your hand. We then play 3 copies of Coliseum of the Gladiator Beast, and it's amazing that we finally have a good field spell for this deck that's based on a Coliseum for the Gladiator archetype. This card is so good. It has the ability to discard a card and then add a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck to your hand, which can search out anything from Just Tell to anything that you need directly from your deck to your hand. Also, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can actually special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your deck, and it can't be destroyed by battle. Also, during the end phase, if a Gladiator Beast monster was special summoned from your deck this turn, you can actually set a Gladiator trap from the deck, and you can only use each effect of this card once per turn. This card is insane because it helps you get to your copy of War Chariot or Charge, which is absolutely crazy, and it's a really good 3-0 in the build, but it is searchable, which is why I just play 3 copies in the build, no terraforming, but it's really good in this build. We then play 3 copies of Book of Eclipse. Book of Eclipse is really good because we're all about the battle phase, so we can just flip our opponent's cards face down and go in for game. So this card is really powerful to basically turn your opponent's field off and then swing in for game. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get in to the traps. So for the traps, we're going to start with a single copy of Charge. Charge is really good as a 1-0 in the build. It actually lets you target face-up cards on the field up to the number of Gladiator Beast monsters you control with different names and destroy them, giving you a multiple pop, which is absolutely insane. This card is really good in the build and just a really powerful card overall in this deck. We then play a single copy of War Chariot. War Chariot's really good as a 1-0 to basically just use this card as a counter trap to basically just negate the effects of monsters and destroy them. But you can only activate this card while you control a Gladiator Beast monster. We then play 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence is definitely a 3-0 in the build to basically just stop your opponent's monster effects and also lock down entire columns of spells and traps. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get in to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to start off with 2 copies of Gladius. Gladius is so easy to summon out to your side of the field. This card requires 5 Gladiator Beast monsters to make, which is actually really easy. Hold up. It has the ability that must be special summoned from your X deck by shuffling the above cards from the field and or graveyard into the deck or the X deck. And if summoned this way, you can actually conduct your battle phase twice. You can conduct 2 battle phases, which is insane to help you go in for game. And once per turn, if your opponent activates a monster effect, except during the damage step, you can activate the following effects of this card, which is insane. That if it's your turn, you get to special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from the deck, and if it's your opponent's turn, you get to special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from your X deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, which is actually insane to instantly get a monster out on your side of the field. But this card is insane. We then play two copies of Dom. Dom is really good as a 2-of in the build, as this card has the ability to just basically summon out to your side of the field. Once it's summoned out to your side of the field, once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can negate the activation if you do destroy it, which is a really cool effect, and you get to choose the attack targets for your opponent's attacks, which is crazy powerful. And like a single copy of Heraclenos. Heraclenos is great to be able to summon out to your side of the field as a negate, as this card is the ability that you can actually discard a card in your hand to negate the activation of a spell or trap card and destroy it, which is really cool to be able to do. We then play 2 copies of Tamer Editor. Tamer Editor is so important to summon out to your side of the field because this card just instantly summons out cards like Heraclenos or Dom to your side of the field, which is just absolutely insane, and it's so easy to summon out in this deck. We'll play a single copy of Geyseros. Geyseros is really cool to be able to summon because this card can pop multiple cards on the field, which is really cool to be able to do. Plus, you can summon out all of your other cards, which is really nice. We'll play a single copy of number 38. Number 38 is a spell negate, which is why I play this card and the build is a 1-0 to basically just use this card to stop your opponent's spell effects. Plus you have Augustus in the deck, which can easily summon out as a level 8. We'll play a single copy of the Gladiator Beast Link 2. This card is okay in the deck. It has the ability if a Gladiator Beast monster you control attacks, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, your opponent cannot activate the effects until the end of the damage step. And also at the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, you can return this card back to the extract and then special summon 2 Gladiator Beast monsters with different names from the deck, which is pretty cool, but I feel like this card is okay in the deck as a 1-up. We then play 2 copies of Darius. Darius is really insane and it's really good in this deck because during your opponent's battle phase, Gladiator Beast monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle by card effect, and if this card is link summoned, you can actually special summon a level 4 or lower Gladiator Beast monster from your hand or graveyard, or if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon a Gladiator Beast monster from the deck instead. Also, for the last turn, you can only use Gladiator Beast monsters as link material, which is totally fine, as that's usually all we're doing anyways. We then play a single copy of SP. SP is great as an option in the deck, and is one of the few cards we play in the deck that's not a Gladiator Beast, along with 38. This card is just a double interruption. And finally, 2 copies of Test Panther. Test Panther is really good in the deck because if it's link summon, you can actually add a Gladiator Beast card from your deck to your hand, and also you can target a Gladiator Beast monster control, shuffle that Gladiator Beast monster into the deck if you do special summon a Gladiator Beast monster with a different original name from your deck to your side of the field, and it is treated as special summon as a Gladiator Beast effect, which is really, really good. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This deck is super fun to be able to play, and it's absolutely crazy how powerful it is now, especially with Gladius, which is just such a cool card that you can instantly summon out by using Gladiator Beasts in the graveyard, and it's very easy to climb into that card and be able to summon out Heraclenos, Dom, and Gladius to your side of the field all at once with a Tamer Editor, which is so cool to be able to do. So that's going to be this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.